Alright guys, I'm very sorry about that. This set is unfortunately going to be split across two videos. I had a PC crash rudely interrupt Nili versus Fire in the round of 8 for the Blue Carbon Cup. It's been a very competitive match so far. For the previous two, go see the part 1 video. I'm going to change the title of that video to say part 1 on it so that it'll be easy to inspect which one comes first. Fire, of course, won the first game, which was on Typhoon, I think. And Nili won the second game. So it was on his home map of Aguaje Swamp. So they were some good games so far, actually. The good news about a computer crash, though, and like a forced restart like this, is that now Capture Age is running a lot more smoothly. So that is an advantage here. So we can see that Nili is pushing in his deer. We did get a little bit of the way into Marsh Madness, but not very far. We could, start over from the start of the game here. So the second video will hopefully contain the remaining 3 games in this set, but who knows, maybe my computer will crash again and I'll have to do this in multiple videos. But I'm not going to break it down into like one game is in half of a video or one video contains half of a game, because that would just get too confusing. So if it crashes at the very end of this game, I will have to restart, but I don't think that it will. I went in and I vacuumed all the cobwebs out. My computer is old and slow, but, I mean, still works. So, just the inconvenience of having your game crash every once in a while. Probably happens once every week or two, like that. It just come out of nowhere, just, you get the blue screen of death. So, tell me about your technological challenges. Did you ever have a device that just fought you for whatever reason, or some electrical device that had a quirk? I would love to hear your story, because I definitely think that it's 100% relatable. We all struggle with technology, even the most technologically savvy people. See, because here's the thing, if you're technologically savvy, you just think of ways of pushing the limits of what technology can do, and then it finds some other way to fight you. It's kind of like the law of entropy, where even if you know what you're doing, it just means that you get more done before entropy stops you, basically. Your productivity expands until entropy stops you. So if you're more competent, then you might be more productive, but you overall will experience the same amount of adversity against entropy. It's sort of like one of those, what do they say? Well, there's Murphy's law, but I guess maybe it's just a fundamental law of thermodynamics. Where chaos is the rule over order. Chaos is inevitable. And speaking of chaos, I think that this game is going to be pretty chaotic. Do you guys know why I think that? Well, there are several rules. The first one is that you can't fully wall off the shallows. I'm pretty sure there's a 1-tile gap here. So land units can move around. And you can't wall to the wood lines either. So it makes for a very open map. I think Fire is going to win this game. Berber's ships, they're faster. Berber's cavalry are cheaper. Berbers are all about mobility, be it Paul Revere's by land or by sea. Same concept, right? Doesn't matter if it's by the ocean, doesn't matter if it's by land. Berbers will get where they need to go. And Dravidians do not really feel like a very mobile civilization. So I think they are a better civilization. I don't know much about them, but I think that I would definitely like their monks better. But I don't think it's going to come down to that. I think this game is going to come down to Fire raiding the crap out of Nili until Nili eventually succumbs to the withering assault. But we'll see. Maybe Nili will have an amazing strategy. I said in the previous video, I don't really understand Dravidians on this map. I mean, Dravidians could be fine if you wanted to sort of defensively make fish. As Nili is trading with Fire here. And is Fire trading with Nili as well? I think so. Let's check. Yes, this junk has 203 gold. That is a lot of gold, you guys. Some bonus gold. Okay, militia. I think Dravidians, something about Dravidian man-at-arms are better. You guys can correct me. Tell me how Dravidian man-at-arms are better. I'd really love to know. Is he going to get the man-at-arms upgrade? Yes, we are back, Arthur. Welcome back. Surely Nili will get the man-at-arms upgrade. You can't just not get it. It's too late for a drush to be effective. Well, here they come. Maybe it is drush. No, here they are. Okay. Man-at-arms coming in. Nili's scout taking some free wax. Fire quick walling his woodline. The man-at-arms are really not, I think, what's powerful here. What is this? Oh, Nili tried to sneak a dock up over here. Interesting. Well, I guess he's going to have to come the long way. That was denied and we didn't even see. The devastating part are not the man-at-arms. The devastating part is going to be the archers that follows from that. And Nili is making them now. He's making an archer. Oh, he's actually making a couple skirmishers because he's expecting archers. That doesn't really make any sense. I don't know why Fire would go archers. Uh-oh. Watch out, Nili. Okay, he correctly notices. Pulls the man-at-arms back so it doesn't run into the tower. So these man-at-arms have not really done much damage so far. I guess it's logical in the sense that Fire has made an archery range and not a stable. Nili is building a blacksmith and another range. And I guess they're going to have a mere archer-skirmisher type battle, with Nili having a couple of man-at-arms in front. Could be that archers are popular on this map because they take the same kind of resources that ships take. And ships are popular on this map. So Fire decides to send the town to scare off this army. He really needs to get these villagers back to work, unless he plans on taking resources over here, which would be kind of a bad idea because it's so far forward. So Fire chopping wood over here. I think he's out of stragglers, so these villagers automatically decided to come over here. Did he just get loom? I saw the villagers change in some way. Or maybe he got wheelbarrow. Nope, no wheelbarrow. I can't believe that Fire would send villagers to chase man-at-arms that didn't have loom. So I'm not. It must have been yeah. Like, look at this. What's going on? The villagers, they're changing. Does anybody know why these villagers are all sparkly glowy? Let me know. Because the only thing that Fire's researching right now is like padded archer armor, and I don't know why that would show for the villagers. Okay, so Nili here with the man-at-arms. He's got the skirmishers. Fire just has skirmishers. They're also apparently having a naval battle, too, which I should probably be paying attention to. So I think Nili's plan was to build forward docks and just water stomp Fire. Fire appears to have pulled his fishing ships back, but he's not even taking fish. Fire, again, less interested in water than Nili is. No, Fire, what are you doing? This could be a quick win for Nili. These villagers are in trouble. Fire has to pull these villagers out of here. You got it. Nobody in their right mind keeps a 1 HP villager working on a forward wood line. Come on, Fire, get that out of there. This guy just walking through the town after building 2 docks. And, alright, so Fire's just gonna farm. He's gonna take wood. He's gonna micro skirms against this. I think there's not really any particular urgency for Fire to make any military units. He's given up on water. Fire doesn't like to fight for water very much. It's a guy after my own heart right there. Some people love water, but Fire doesn't seem to care. He's just like, you know what, Nili is just going to keep... Oh, no, okay, he's building stuff. Just going to keep forcing Nili to invest more into fire ships, I suppose. Although Fire is over here. I guess both of these players, their primary goal is... They're still trading with each other, too, which is funny. But their primary goal is just prevent the other person from fishing. Okay, Fire's got some scouts here. This is going to be good for him. I don't see any spearmen from Nili, although we might see a reactionary spearman being made. Yes, there it is. To deal with the scouts. And this is essentially going to be like some kind of scout skirm mirror matchup, maybe. Although Nili doesn't really want to make scouts because Dravidians don't have good scouts. He does have man-at-arms, though. Ooh. Fire building that tower with the weak villagers. Okay, no, he does get out of there in time. And this tower is going to go up. This tower will be pretty annoying. No, come on, Fire. Alright, at least he pulls this one back. That's good. And he really wants this tower coming up. He wants it to get up, I should say. Skirmishers are not very good against villagers. They don't have much damage output. So the tower does go up and Nili has to withdraw. This tower is still going to go up here, though, which will very much annoy Fire. I don't know if it can reach this villager. He pulls it over here to chop wood instead. Now there's a single skirmisher in here, and this army suddenly becomes a lot more deadly against scouts. Okay, nobody's making any fishing ships. In fact, Fire's dock has been destroyed, so Nili can no longer trade with him, and Fire can no longer trade with Nili. Alright, so Fire going tower defense, actually. He's got another tower here on a stone. It looks like he pulled his villagers back. This tower now effectively denying this wood line. Does it have the range upgrade yet? Yes, it does. So its range is not going to increase. I guess he technically could take a little bit of wood over here if he were desperate. These wood lines are not like Land Madness. They are much bigger. They're thicker. Fire needs to prepare for these units wrapping around and going after his back wood line. And he does have a lot of ranged units here. The smart thing would be to engage Nili before Nili realizes what's over here. And Fire going to build a tower. So Fire doing the tower defense. He's also got more villagers headed down this way. Oh, okay, he's going to take gold down there. And he's going to hope that Nili doesn't see it. Fire is unfortunate in the sense that all of his golds are forward. You know, this is forward, this is forward, this is forward. And I guess it's the same deal with Nili. In fact, these may not even be player-assigned golds. They might just be neutral golds. Let's see, Eco KD, Nili's gotten 5 kills and 4 deaths, and Fire's gotten 4 kills and 5 deaths. So they're pretty equal in that regard. Nili is going to scout this, though. So it's not going to take him long to come down here and harass Fire's gold. If Fire can get Castle Age, though, and get Knights pumping out, that'll be a huge power spike. But Nili is already on his way up to the Castle Age. So now that this given that this tower is up here, this would mean that Fire can shift his land units down to defend these gold miners here. Fire is on his way up to the Castle Age, and he needs it. He's about 30 seconds behind Nili, maybe a little bit more. He's pulled his military so that he can defend the gold over here. But Nili is going to get there first. Nili is going to get there first since it's going to be not good for Fire at all. He's got some weak villagers too, and Nili might even see them and micro them down first. Wait, what? Nili, where are you going? Fire building another tower. This lady's going to go down. What? No. Fire needs to really commit to this. Needs to pull his villagers back. Tower does go up, and these archers are going to camp. The tower is going to build another house here, and hope that Nili doesn't send more stuff down. He does have scouts over here actually fighting this, but that was pretty unfortunate for Fire. Nili is doing much better with Eco KD here. Fire's going to try to sneak another tower up over here. Fire getting forging, so I think Fire's going to go into knights. But this map is all about knights. If he can get tons and tons of knights just running around everywhere, they can start to tear down these lumber camps and these palisade walls and run with reckless abandon through your town. So it's okay. Nili is fishing over here, so Nili has that villager advantage as well. Okay. What are we doing? I don't understand that at all. Fire is going to need a lot more commitment to be able to take gold here. I'm not really sure why these skirmishers did not come down here. Okay, Fire getting light cav. He does not have the gold for really anything else. And Nili is in a much better position on this map. There are 4 villagers left. So he's going to hop out and decide to finish this tower here. Light cav can buy him a little bit of time. Tower goes up. The towers can range each other's bases, so that's going to be really helpful for him. He's sending more gold miners across. He's finally sending these skirmishers down here. And he will secure this gold, but at great cost. I feel like this is a lot harder than it had to be. But that's easy for me to say, since either one of these players would destroy me in a 1v1. Alright, so Fire building a market here to help him rebalance his economy, and maybe he'll be able to go more knights. We got some raiding skirmishers here, killing some villagers from Nili. He has a lot of villagers to kill to catch up. His opponent has about twice the kills that he does. Elite Skirm coming in. That'll help him deal with the Dravidian pikemen. Oh, too many pikemen. Oh, nice. He sees it. He sees it to get out of there. These Skirms will be pretty good against the monk, though. Okay, he takes that monk out. I don't think Nili had Sanctity. Okay, Nili is now in trouble. Nili has problems taking this gold, although he's got a town center going up there. Town center going up here, so he's got stone access between his town centers, but he does not have gold access. His gold is up here. So once the gold starts coming in for Fire, I predict that Fire will transition into knights. Okay, Nili needs this town center desperately. He needs this town center to secure this gold. And Fire may not realize how much of an advantage he has against Nili right now. Like, if Fire could loop around and, like, delay this just a little bit longer, maybe pump out a couple knights, he could end the game right here. But, as it stands, he's just going to keep running through Nili's base. I don't think he appreciates what this town center is to Nili. It's really the only gold that Nili can... I guess Nili could build a town center here, but it's on the other side of the channel. This is technically closer to Fire than it is to him. And Nili's going to attempt a 4 TC boom against Fire on this very open map, which I think is a huge mistake. But we'll see what happens. Fire confident enough in his map control. He's going to come and take gold here. He's going to take more gold here. So you're going to be left with the classic Age of Empires scenario of is one town center... is one stable and 4 town centers better than one town center and 4 stables? Well, technically it's 2 stables right now. He is starting to make knights, but Fire needs to recognize that this is his chance. His opponent is investing into economy, so here is his opportunity to punish that. Because if Nili, 4 town centers, or three additional town centers is a big resource investment. And then you got to produce out of all of them too, in order to get value out of them. So Nili going to attempt to stop this castle with a tower. Fire coming in with some light cav. I believe that this castle will go up. And the castle going up will be a really... It's not going to be GG because there's still this gold down here. But Nili's going to be in a bad spot when this castle goes up. And it will go up. So Fire intentionally bringing his skirmishers up right next to the villagers. And yeah, Nili calls the GG with that castle going up. So it was a big mistake to boom on this map. This is not a booming map. But it was Fire's home map, and he knew how to play it. So, you know, hats off to Fire for a good, well-played game there. Both players played very well. But you can't 4-town center boom on this map. Alright, so the next one is actually my personal favorite. Pandora, a map of my own creation. Be interesting to see what the players do here. So this is Nili's home map. I have never seen this map played between two, or any map of my creation, really. Except for the King of Ireland tournament, perhaps. But this is a little bit more... This isn't as crazy as the King of Ireland tournament maps. Okay, so in the blue we have Fire playing as the Mongols. He's on the left. And Nili is on the right. He is playing as the Red Chinese. I've never really seen a, you know, like a not crazy map of mine played at such a high level here. Now it looks like there are a lot of boars over here. There is a 40% chance that they're going to be boars, and there is a 60% chance that they'll be predators. So Fire picking the Mongols here. Let's see what Fire's point of view is. He has not scouted the island down here. I'm wondering why Mongols. Why Mongols on this map? I mean, sure, you get three boar starting out with, but you don't get any deer. The boar make up for the deer. There's berries. You can chop through this this barrier here of reeds, and there's kind of like a double barrier here. You can chop through it again, and you can get to the beach. And this is the only place on the map that you can dock without a transport ship. You can dock these reefs as well, but you need a transport ship in order to reach them. So really, this is your key to building ships. If you want to secure most of the neutral gold on the map, that's from this island here. And there's some deer, there's some boars. Mostly it's predators. 60% chance of predators. Now, Nili, of course, the Chinese make a lot of sense. Demolition ships. But the Mongols, I don't understand the Mongols here. Maybe somebody could explain the Mongols. Maybe Fire just looking at this map being like, this is Nili's home map. And so he looks at it like, okay, you know, I'm just going to... There's 3 boars. I'm Mongols. I take boar faster. It's generally an open map, good for scout rushes, so I'm just going to scout rush my opponent. And maybe that's the logic. The logic is to scout rush his opponent and just do it well on the map. Nili chasing off Fire over here. Fire getting his final boar in, I believe. Don't think that there are any more boars here. Putting up a mill. Okay. So it looks like this is the 3 player assigned forest variant. You have 2 or 3 forests. The lava flow coming down the side of this this island. And the elevation does increase as you get further inland. Looks like there are 6 relics total. The relics are all in this gap. Although Nili has not... Yeah, Nili has not attempted to... Alright, he's going to wall this off now. And he's going to probably put a lumber camp down here on these reed shallows so that he can get to the demolition ships. Remember, guys, this is Nili's home map. So you see Chinese, you see Pandora, and you think, yeah, demolition ships, home map. He's going for it. Okay, Fire is on his way up to the feudal age. He's doing 18 pop scouts. 18 pop scouts. That is interesting. So what does Nili know of Fire's behavior? Does Nili, and it doesn't know where the scout is. We got a barracks coming up, so it's pretty standard, right? I think, yes, I made this map. You know, a pro player like Fire could do an 18 pop scouts build as Mongols on Arabia. Like, they could do it all day long and win against the vast majority of people on the ranked pool, right? So 18 pop scouts is powerful. Nili really wants to wall this off. He's got his scout here. Can he wall it off in time? That is the question. It's a big investment, but potentially you can do it. His opponent is feudal age. We got this villager coming. This scout is going to kind of try to stick near these villagers. Oh no, this is a weak villager. Does Fire see it? Fire does not see it. This is huge for Nili. The fact that Fire does not see this villager. Okay, now Fire's going to come in and he's going to fight the villager. Nili's going to come and fight that off. Luckily for Nili, this scout is weak somehow. And Nili is just going to try to wall off the rest of this as Fire. Fire is sending a spearman across. He's got his stable across. This has not been easy. This has been a big investment for Nili, but it looks like Nili is going to be able to take advantage of this investment. Like, this is going to pay off. Fire doing the 18 pop scouts and not quite getting in. Nili sent enough to build this. But it's not over yet. I mean, Fire's going to try to get in. He's like, okay, you know, I just did 18 pop scouts. I'm Mongols. Now I need to make an archery range, make some skirmishers, maybe make an archer, and try to pressure my way in. There's a lot of wall to defend here. Nili feudal age as well. He's getting his eco upgrades. Now the good news for Fire is that even if he can't get in, 18 pop scouts is still a good eco, right? It's a good build. And did Fire scout? No, he did not even scout the island down here. If only Fire could see all of these boars down here as Mongols, he would 100% go for it. He's going to chisel away. He's going to chisel away at this wall. Nili is forced to make an archery range. Nili actually is only now going to build a lumber camp over here. So what Fire could and should do would be to build a lumber camp of his own over here, chop through this, and then use his scouts to harass Nili, and make sure that Nili can't chop through the second layer. But the players aren't, and because this can't be walled here, it's shallows. But the players are not really wise to this map yet. They don't really know how to play it. I mean, Nili probably looked at it and, you know, he recognized, okay, you know, there's beaches, this is all mangrove shallows, Chinese demolition ships, great. But in terms of like the nuances, there's a lot of small details about this map. It's going to take the players a while to catch on fully, I think. Which is important for a good map. And you can't really expect the pro players to like jump at the opportunity to play your map, right? They've got so many different things going on, so lots of different things to think about. Fire trying to get in on Nili. This is probably his best bet here. He's got most options to attack this wall, and he's got some ranged units over here. Okay, there's a lot of neutral resources in here, too. There's a lot of stone. Nili did manage to secure all of his golds, it looks like. His 2 golds. But technically his opponent does have all of these resources out here. The question is, does Nili have enough for what he needs to do. Okay, he is taking wood. Fire technically has the score lead, and it's a significant score lead given the total overall score. Oh, he did manage to break a hole in the wall, I guess, but he's going to go away. Nili is forced to make feudal military to defend himself, so it's not like a completely campy, turtley map, which is good. These junks can't do anything right now. Nobody has any docks, so it's a little bit different. The junk is kind of an extra scout, and that's it. Okay, Fire is going to come out here, and he's going to punish Nili for moving outside of his base. So maybe Nili's attitude is that I'm going to go see what my opponent's up to, see if I can get a little bit of damage in. I can't really go fast castle, but I can at least wall up. And sort of Fire is sort of walling up too. So Fire has lost one eco unit to Nili somehow, and we missed it. And Nili's stonewalling up here. Yeah, this is the consequence of losing your army, is that you don't really have the ability to scare the opponent off of your walls anymore. So he's got to build better walls. Fire is going to be Castle Age first. So Fire really has put the emphasis on feudal age military, map control. Don't build walls that you don't need. Don't build faraway lumber camps that would be hard to defend. You know, just take everything convenient, close to your base, and just play this like it's Arabia. That's what Fire is doing here. Nili is trying to play the map a little bit more, and he's behind. Fire's got a score lead. Fire's on his way up to the next stage. So if Fire wins this game, Nili will be eliminated. So Nili has to win this. He's got to have faith in his home map and the strategy for it, and his understanding of what a good choices, good strategic choices would be for this map. He's got part of a gate built. He does not have Tech Chariot berries. Actually, he does. Technically, his berries are unfinished, so he has Tech Chariot berries. But he has a Tech Chariot gate here. I'm just going to try to buy himself some time. Alright, Nili is on his way up to the Castle Age as well. So there was some Feudal Age action, but it wasn't terribly chaotic. Nili taking a little bit of stone here. I think he wants to get enough stone maybe to build a tower. He's going to send some villagers to try to build this wall. I think Fire will be satisfied that he's done damage. Like, look at all this stuff that his opponent has had to build. Nili actually has a bunch of extra walls and all kinds of buildings, right? Okay, Nili has chopped through here. Wait. Alright, Nili is close to chopping through here. So that is only part of the story. He's got to chop through on the other barrier as well. Fire has made no attempt to do so. Fire is all about land control. So we'll see. You know, can Nili make a comeback on this map? Because right now it's looking really good for Fire. Okay, Nili has bought himself enough time to at least mass some archers. He's trying to build some more houses here to just keep his opponent out just a little bit longer. Fire's goal is basically to put Nili out before Nili can do Chinese things. Can make demolition ships everywhere. Okay, Siege Workshop, forward Siege Workshop, Step Lancers coming down for Fire. Okay, Nili is going to build, looks like a monastery back here. Can't exactly tell what it is. Capture Age bugs. Ah! No, not like this. Okay, here we go. So yes, it is a monastery. We are stuck on the 2 lumber camps from Fire, apparently. And Nili just trying to survive. Let's take a look at villager counts. Nili does have an advantage in villagers. He's managed to wall this up. Step Lancers are coming in here. They're trying to kill Nili. Can Nili survive until he gets ships? So if Fire had chopped through, these Step Lancers could just run up here, and it would be like another angle that Nili would have to worry about. But luckily for Nili, Fire is not concerned about this this barrier here, this sea barrier. There's fish out here, but the fish are not really, you can't get to them early enough for it to make a difference. All right, Fire's got a mangonel going. Is he making another one? Yes, he is. I would be too. And he's got monks, but there are no relics to take. The relics are up here. The relics you have to chop too. But there is a ton of extra gold down here. So if he really wanted extra gold, he could come down here and get it. And these siege weapons are just demolishing Nili's town. Okay, he has forced Nili off of his gold. He is in. He's got to be careful, though. Nili getting a good hit with that mangonel. Takes out one of Fire's mangonels, but these Step Lancers are in his base, and you do not want Step Lancers running through your eco. That is a disaster. But Nili is fighting for his life, and when you're fighting for your life, you are determined. Nili wants to stay in this tournament. I mean, it's sad. Whoever loses this set will be eliminated from the tournament. And these are both Titans in the Age of Empires scene. Nili... Oh no, Nili manages to save his monk with the arrow fire from these crossbowmen. Fire pulled his mangonel back and repaired it. And what's the plan for Fire? More one town center all-in stuff, I think. He's chiseling through here, but he needs to move on to the stone walls. It is some good defense. Okay, he's not going to be able to fully re-wall this, though. It looks like there's a gap here, and oh boy, this is not good. This is something that Fire really needs, though. This is not something that Nili needs, but this is very good for Fire, because Fire does not want Nili opening this up and making demolition ships. Fire killing a bunch of villagers here, though, definitely puts Nili behind. But we expected that Fire would open this up as a way of stopping Nili. So Nili is going to build a town center here to kind of keep these villagers that are chopping through here safer. This is just about as close as you can get. He has some monks to defend, which is good. He's going to get Step Lancer conversions. He gets 2 conversions. And he's even got a crocodile here helping him out. So I agree. This has been a pretty entertaining game so far. It's really a question of can the players survive long enough to get to ships is really the question. And right now, nobody knows. Nobody knows. I mean, Nili's taken a lot of damage from Fire. There's a lot of Step Lancers here. They need to finish off this house and run in and do Step Lancer things and run across the farms like Step Lancers do. But Nili using the monks to his advantage. He really wants to get through here and build the demolition ships. So what's the plan for Fire? He's not really moving in too much. Oh, I think Fire's gonna drop a castle. He's sending more villagers forward. He's taking the stone forward. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Fire wants to drop a castle. But where? Where do you drop a castle? I guess if you're Fire, this is probably the best place. Here's why. It can range this gold, and you've already got this gold very, very, pressured. So Nili does not have much gold. He's only got a couple of other small golds in the back. And I don't even know if Nili scouted those, although he might. If his forward golds... No, he does not know about that. That's funny. So, if Fire is able to get a castle up here, then Nili will be in big trouble. Or at least he'll be very disrupted. But Fire is mostly just building a big Step Lancer army. Trying to do damage to Nili. Nili's on 3 town centers. He's got 67 villagers to 51 villagers for Fire. He has more town center idle time than Fire does. Fire has the stone. He's got the stone for a castle. So we're probably going to see that foundation placed at any minute now. And I think Fire needs to make some light cav to help him out against these monks. But instead we're going to see a big mangonel battle. I'm going to send the camels in. But they're not flaming camels. The goal is to take out all mangonels, I think, so that he can drop the castle in peace. Camel Rider was converted by Nili. Bloodlines here coming in. Is he just going to charge it? Oh, is he going to get all of the monks to convert the one camel? I don't really know. Look at this. Here he comes. Charge! Pulls the Step Lancers back. He really needs to build it like right here. He needs it as close as possible. But he's got 2 mangonels to tackle with. He's going to build a house while he's waiting. He just needs to pick a fight. Pick the fight and build the castle while you're fighting. But he's going to get a couple of... he's going to lose a couple Step Lancers to conversions. Okay, now is his window of opportunity. Yep. Now that the mangonels are done, he is going to build this castle. Oh, but there's one more mangonel. Oh, no. Nili kept making mangonels. Alright, he's got his mangonel coming forward. He wants to finish this castle. He's going to repair the mangonel. Is this castle going to go up? Nili counter-castling, so I think Fire has to cancel this castle. Nili is not even making demolition ships. Yeah, he has to counter the castle. That was unfortunate. There was one more mangonel that he didn't see, that we didn't see. I think Nili had just made it. Oh, look at this. Fire is back here raiding Nili's economy. And he's going to build a castle here. Unfortunately for Fire, his opponent is about 40 seconds, 45 seconds away from Imperial Age. And Fire has not clicked up yet. Fire rearranging his resources slightly so that he can click up to the next stage as well. If he can get Mangonite, he could probably snipe trebuchets easily enough. But I don't know that demolition ships are even going to come into this game. Here's a villager. And the Step Lancers are going to get her. They're going to try to chisel their way in. Nili's going to come and see if he can prevent this from being raided. Yeah, so Nili is Imperial Age now. Fire is nervous, I think. Fire is on his way up to Imp. Nili getting upgrades for ships. So Fire's mistake was not chopping through here and flooding this with units. I really think he could have raided Nili to death. Alright, Step Lancers trying to take a good fight against these. Step Lancers make a lot of sense on this map because there are kind of like a lot of choke points. So it's nice to see that Step Lancers sort of have something to do. They've got a place in the game. Trebuchet is out for Nili. Are we going to see these Step Lancers dive that Trebuchet to try to keep this castle up? It doesn't look like Fire is making Mangodice at all. We've got demolition ships under creation from Nili. They have some extra health. So both Nili and Fire are learning about the resources that are available down here. And what's Fire doing? Fire is going to go into light cav. I think he should have made more light cav earlier on. Could have really helped him out against the monks. He is not repairing this castle. He's going to let that castle go down. And nobody has really cared about this island down here. It is a safe spot. It is safe from the demolition ships, which are coming. Nili is Oh, actually, all right, he's getting heavy demolition ship now. Okay, we got another castle coming down from fire. I'd love to see a big ball of Mangudai just killing everything, including demolition ships, but I don't know if we're going to get there. Nili has turned it around. He's played a good defense. His monks are starting to push out across the map. Where were they? He's taking this gold down here now. He's got a heavy demolition ship. Here it comes. Uh-oh. Nili just has to delete that. Kills everything here. Dadgum. Fire calls the GG. Sees that Nili is on heavy demolition ship. So there is a win for Nili. So they are tied up, 2-2. So this is good. This is a do or die moment for Nili. He recognized the potential for the map. I think he read the map better than Fire did. Hats off to Fire for attempting the Mongolian scout rush on the map, and for a while he had a lot of control. I think Fire could have won if he had chopped through this reed barrier here. If Fire had chopped through this reed barrier and was both denying these docks and constantly pressuring Nili, who would be trying to make these docks happen, but scouts would be flooding through the top, it could have been different. This was a very close game. Nili looked like he was in trouble under multiple occasions. I also think Fire would have really benefited if he had scouted these boars and had taken them early on. He could have made so many more scouts or light cabs. So now we're going to go to the final game of the set. It is on title plane. Fire is going to be the Franks, and Nili is going to be the Japanese. So Franks are an interesting choice. We've seen both of these civilizations. Franks for their cheaper castles. Maybe there's a feeling that there are vulnerable resource piles, and therefore that castles can deny a lot of things. Or maybe you want to castle drop your opponent from this ridge up here. I'm not really sure. Japanese are, of course, a great hybrid civ. And the last time that we saw this matchup, I said Japanese were way better than Franks. And I still believe that. Now, I know what you're saying. We've already seen Japanese, but it was Fire who was playing as the Japanese. In this case, Nili is playing as them, and that is allowed. That is allowed because it is free pick, no repeat. Hidden Civ, free pick, no repeat. And that means that you cannot repeat a civilization that you've played, but if your opponent picks them, then it's totally fine for you to play them later if you want. So, this is the do or die game. This is the game that will determine who goes on to the next round of the Blue Carbon Cup. This is Fire's home map. Nili won the last game, so Fire got to pick the map. And this is his civilization on this home map. So Fire has a plan. Franks on title plane. What can Franks on title plane do? Guess we'll just have to find out. Japanese are just a general purpose good hybrid map civilization. This water in the middle is all walkable, guys. Don't worry. They can cross the river. The only water that is not walkable is this stuff out here. This stuff out here, actually. You can even walk over this, I think. Not sure. The players never really go for this golden island with the shipwrecks. And apparently, I don't know, this is some kind of lighthouse maybe? Not sure. Not too much action so far. Nili going straight for the lumber camp on the nice thick mangrove tree line, wood line I should say. Fire has built it over here. So Fire, again, not really hedging his bets on water. Fire is very water cynical, we found out. Fire does not really like to fish very much. It's just not his style. Nili is fishing, but he's not fishing with fishing ships. He's taking these box turtles. Now, Japanese have half-cost drop-off sites. This only cost him 50 wood. So therefore, he's able to get that up pretty quickly. Whereas Fire actually does not have a mill yet, it looks like. He is building... What? Fire is building a mining camp first. What? What is that? Why would Fire do this? What do you guys think? What is this? Why would he build a mining camp? He doesn't even have loom yet. Nili could get in here and trap this with his scout. If he checks. She doesn't have loom. Oh, okay, just got loom. Fire just got loom. So he is sending a second over to gold. So it looks like this is some kind of lightning man-at-arms. 19 pop man-at-arms. Dadgum. That is really fast. He hasn't even built a mill. He hasn't even built a mill, you guys. Now, Nili is on his way up too. But Nili is not going to be up as soon. And Nili has a little bit of idle time. Fire has 1 second. So this is some sort of 19 pop man-at-arms build. We're going to see a barracks get rushed down here. I think. No, you know what? I bet this is 19 pop archers. Just because that would be really, really, really unexpected. And because I feel like he would have had the militia trained by now. He would have had them trained by now if he were going to go man-at-arms. Because now he's going to get, he's going to get feudal in 15 seconds, and then he's going to have to wait for the militia to be trained and then upgraded. So I bet he's just going to build this barracks, and then he's going to make archers that quickly. He's going to get up just as this barracks is finishing. He's going to build an archery range. And yeah, he's just going to go 19 pop archers as Franks, which is a weird choice. Nili with his big walls. Look at this. He's going to build himself a nice big gated community here. Fire exploring. He's going to see that there's still an opening here. He's going to try to close this off. He's walling to the town center. And Nili has basically put all of his stock in this right here. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens if Fire is able to get in and do some damage. Fire so far has been... He's played a lot more aggressively than Nili has, that's for sure. Nili is more defensive than Fire. I like Fire's style, guys, I gotta admit. Reminds me a lot of my own style. Nili builds a house there, so this is pretty much fully enclosed off. He's going to build this here to try to prevent the archers from wrapping around. Fire says, please don't do that. But ultimately noting that there are 2 villagers headed this way. And we have a spearman coming across the map from Fire. And Fire has some archers. He's got 2 archers. And he's building another one now. And do we have a blacksmith from Fire yet? Doesn't look like it. No blacksmith yet. He doesn't even have a mill. Ouch. Okay, the archers are moving out across the map. Here's the blacksmith. Wait. Where's the blacksmith? Oh, I thought I saw a blacksmith. Spearman here. And Nili... What is Nili actually doing as the Japanese? I'm not really sure. Okay, he is building archers himself. So they're both going archers. Here come these archers from Fire. I think he delayed the blacksmith because he's going to try to get through these walls and you don't need fletching. Maybe for that. Because you're already doing 1 damage per hit anyway, maybe? I don't know. I don't know where the blacksmith is. Okay, Fire's going to come up here and pick these berries. He's going to throw down a mill. Oh! Fire catching some of Nili's villagers out. He's going to be able to follow him through that gate. Oh, that is a disaster. Okay, but he doesn't move in any further because he doesn't want to get trapped. And he suspects that Nili's going to have more troops behind it, which he does. That's smart. Fire working on this junk. It's really the Spearman who's doing the majority of the work. Ah, thank you, Arthur. Fire just now getting fletching. So he is a little bit more prepared to take an archer fight. Let's see, what do we got here? Does Nili have fletching? Yes, he does. So Nili's got fletching. Fire's got fletching. What are they in terms of armor? Okay, so they have no armor upgrades for red, and it doesn't look like there's any armor upgrade for fire as well. Actually, we could check over here. So they both have fletching, but neither have the archer armor upgrade. So the archer armor upgrade will tell us how committed they are to actually having an archer battle. Fletching is general purpose. It's useful against scouts and villagers, of course, and junks. So Fire going 19 pop archers, but he's not really, as Franks, but he's not really getting anything out of it. It looks like he did get 2 eco kills. I guess that's something. Oh, what? Fire making Frank scouts now. Yeah, he's got the stable right here. What the heck? You don't really see the Franks go archers, though. Franks love their knights. Villager count is similar. Well, what do you guys think? You guys think that Fire just dives this gap here? Nah, probably not. Probably too afraid of taking lots of damage. Fire building a market here. I wonder if he's going to trade with the neutral market already. It would be like having another town center. Building gold miners, essentially. Alright, Nili on his way up to the Castle Age. Fire getting close. Fire's getting close, but he hasn't clicked yet. Oh, interesting. Nili has come out here to build the dock. This explains why Nili is doing so well in villager count relative to Fire. That and his eco KD, I guess. Well, Fire's gotten 2, Nili's gotten 1. They have similar idle town center time. Yep, Nili prefers to take advantage of fish. Fire prefers not to. Fire regards fish as a liability. Refreshing his lumber camp. It's on his way up. He's got to survive for 2 minutes, basically. Nili's Castle Age Japanese. He has to survive them for 2 minutes. So, stables are back here. Nili is secretly going knights, and Fire has no idea because he built them far away from the walls. He does not want Fire knowing his plan. And indeed, Fire does not know his plan. So in order to make it convincing, Nili will have to get archer upgrades. Otherwise, Fire will become suspicious. But I don't know if Nili is going to do that. I don't know that he values the ruse enough. Or maybe Fire is just not thinking about it. You've never seen that before? You've never seen players try to trick each other? Okay, now Nili's just going to spring the trap right now. He has 2 knights. The knights I think are lacking upgrades. Yeah, they don't even have the feudal age upgrade. So Nili needs to send all 4 of his knights up here. He needs to press this advantage. As soon as fire hits Castle Age, he is going to make knights of his own. And Frankish knights are much better than Japanese knights. But Nili has a lot more of them. Fire has 2 stables. Is Nili still making from these 2 stables? No, he is not. So this is just an initial push to get some economy damage in. And I think Fire's going to wall this off, though. I don't think Nili's going to be able to do much damage, but we'll see. This is very awkward to wall or repair. Alright, nice. Nili, this is good for Nili. He's in. Gets a villager kill. Fire here with some knights. Fire even has Frankish spearmen. Yeah, these knights are throwaway. You know that they're going to be obsolete. Send them back here. Raid your opponent's economy. Do the damage. Age of Empires is all about genocide, unfortunately. It's all about killing people that don't have weapons. What is this? We have a transport ship here from Nili. Okay, Monk from Fire scaring these knights away. Fire is going to finish this wall off here. I feel that Nili should have tried to explore this a little bit more, but he did not. So what's Nili's decision? Is Nili going to make more knights? He's getting husbandry, so he is investing in the knights further. He's building a second town center. And maybe the purpose of these knights is like, okay, I'm going to make 10 knights, and I'm just going to run around with them and keep my opponent busy, and I'm going to outboom my opponent. Because he's going to be so paranoid, he's going to think I'm going knights against him. Age of War Criminals 2 Definitive Edition? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So Nili with 2 town centers. Fire still with only 1. Nili pulling ahead in villager count. What is this? Oh! Nili used a transport ship to get, like, the monk over here. I think he's using the transport ship to protect the monk and move the monk faster. I think that's what happened. Couple of scouts for Fire here. Nili is fighting that. Nili will lose these villagers if he's not careful. Yeah, these villagers are going to go down. At least this one. No! He scares Fire away with his Japanese knights. Nili building another town center up here on top of the ridge. Is Fire trading? No, he's not trading yet. We have Stormy Dog flying overhead. "17 knights. Ah, no. 1 blue scout entered. That's true, and Nili shanked him down. The peasants had an uprising. So Nili has pretty much the gold to go to Imperial Age, but he does not have the food. But I think this gold is intended for monk creation. Fire is starting to get bold here. Nili gonna get some conversions. I love this unit, the monk. He's such a great equalizer. A very, very valuable defensive unit. It is. It is a cool waterfall. It might even be cooler than Otisco's waterfall. The thing about that makes monks so powerful is you don't know when the conversion is going to happen. So you don't know whether or not the conversion is going to occur, and that means that you play conservatively. It's like random dice in Axis and Allies. It's important. It's basically like it does for this game. It has a similar effect on this game to stone walls. A lot of people think that the game should, you should get rid of stone walls and you should get rid of the randomness in monks, and I think that's a terrible idea. That would just make it so that whoever clicks faster on a well-known map is the one that wins. That's not what we want. We want people to be able to play defensively and come back from bad situations, like Nili did in the previous game. So Nili's monks are definitely helping him hold the line here. There's 23 Frankish knights, and they're more powerful. There are 22 Japanese knights, and I guess we're going to take a big fight here. There are some spearmen to help out. The Frankish knights are tankier. They have more armor than the... No. They have more attack than the Japanese knights. But the Japanese have monks. So he's going to get some conversions in here. So just going to see a big fight. And fire is going to come out on top. It's an artifact of the power of Frankish cavalry. But he will not win the war here. I think Nili can get a couple of more conversions. Nili's starting to make pikes. And Japanese pike monk siege is going to be pretty unstoppable. There's not much that Franks can do about it. Sure, they can make bombard cannons, but Japanese get conversion of bombard cannons. They get redemption. If you just start discussing this, people will bring up Flemish Revolution again. Yeah, Flemish Revolution. That's different. Flemish Revolution is like, okay, I have no army, but whatever, I'm going to research a technology, and in 1 minute, I'll have an army that was equal in size to my villager count. I mean, Flemish Revolution is basically like getting caught with your pants down. Get out of jail free card for being caught with your pants down. It is not like a thing to be used strategically. It compensates for poor strategic choices. For basically booming greedily while your opponent is trying to kill you. But with stone walls and monks, there are things that you can do, right? And if somebody is going into them, it's not like you scout your opponent and all of a sudden they're surrounded by stone walls, right? If you have to let your opponent get those stone walls or that big army of monks out. It's got to be acceptable to you. Whereas with Flemish Revolution, it's like, surprise, I have an army now. Okay, so Nili building a defensive castle. I like this castle. It's a little bit forward. It protects this gold. Will allow him to see quite a ways. He's stonewalling this off. It's like we have a demolition ship going up here. Nili loves his demolition ships. Okay, Nili re-walling this. He needs to just stonewall all of this. Actually, what he could do is he could stonewall this way. But then fire might actually go ships to get in. So he could build a stone wall in this direction, and then he could just leave the regular palisades up so that if his opponent does transport around, he'll at least have some warning. So Nili is on his way up to the Imperial Age. Fire, I think, has made too many knights to be up to the Imperial Age. Nili's at 100 villagers. Fire is at 78. It's not over yet. Fire still has a chance. Maybe he can raid Nili very extensively. Ugh! Nili going into archers. He's going to archers. He still has some pikes. I think Nili should just go halbs. Just go halbs and get it over with. But I think he's afraid of throwing axemen. He doesn't even know that Fire is only now building his first castle. Okay, Fire has some monks here to help him out. Nili's armies are not united. This is a big advantage for Fire. Nili's kind of at his most vulnerable point. Fire going to come in and look for a hole in the wall. Is Nili going to be able to quick wall this in time? Oh, what? Oh, well, all right. And now Nili's monks are going to come. They're surely going to get lots of conversions. Fire deleting those knights so that Nili cannot have them. Nili's army swells with new knights to join the ranks. Okay, Nili is going to build a forward castle here and prepare for the final siege against Fire. Arb would make a lot of sense. If you believe that you are at a significant advantage, your opponent does not have good knight mass, Arb would make sense. Fire building a second castle here to fortify this position. So he's going Arb and Halb. I don't really think the Halb is necessary. Fire has 12 military, and half of it's right here, and they're throwing axemen. So you could deal with knights. Arbs can kill knights if knights are in low enough. Like if knights are missing upgrades and the Arbs have all the upgrades, it's not really a contest. But Fire, Nili getting Halberdier just for good measure. He is going to get a trebuchet snipe here, which is good luck for him. Nili was not paying attention, did not protect that trebuchet. So Fire buys himself some time. Fire is on his way up to the Imperial Age 2. Remember, this game is do or die. Whoever wins this game moves on in the Blue Carbon Cup. And we will be sad to see either of these players eliminated, because they're both Titans. Okay, so Fire, recognizing that his opponent is going Arb and Halb, and's like, well, skirmishers. So he's going to make elite skirmishers. He's going to get Bodkin Arrow. You can bet that he'll get chemistry when he's in the next stage. Where's his university? Well, if he had a university, he'd get chemistry. Fire needs to repair this castle. He may not. He may be just like, well, you know, okay, here it is. Here's the university for chemistry. This will help his skirmishers penetrate the armor of the arbalesters and halberdiers. Fire getting another skirmisher upgrade. And this is not the position you want to be in, making defensive skirmishers against your opponent's army. But Fire should fight on, right? It's the last game in the set. This game decides the outcome of the set, so you definitely want to try to make sure that you exhaust all of your options, even if it looks like you're behind. Just play it on. Maybe your opponent will make a mistake. Fire's starting town center has gone down. These trebuchets are now going to start working on this castle here. Fire has 22 military somewhere. Nili has 48. Fire has done a lot more eco KD than Nili has, but Nili just outboomed it. Fire calling the GG. GG, good luck next. He's too far behind. I guess he just wanted to get Imperial Age. So I think that was a pretty good set, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments if you got feedback about any of the mats. But great set, lots of fun, and props to these players for taking time out of their busy schedules to play in the Blue Carbon Cup. There's not a lot of money involved in the Blue Carbon Cup. You know, it's just something you do because you like the idea of it, right? Because you're like, yeah, I can get behind this. So Nili is victorious and will proceed to the next set in the Blue Carbon Cup, and you can bet that we are going to be casting all the semifinals here on this channel. So Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties and the fact that this was split over 2 videos. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Perhaps we will do some team games tonight. Take care, and we'll catch you later.